Hi, this is Larry with Man Cave Mayhem. Today we're working on a 2009 Yamaha Majesty. Now this is the scooter that my wife and I picked up in Texas on our road trip on Route 66. Right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to start putting a battery in this thing. This has the original battery from our trip, which was about probably 3 or 4 years old, maybe 5 years old, I don't know. But we're gonna go ahead and show you how to replace a battery in this thing. It's not real difficult, but it's kind of in an odd location. So we'll get that started right now. This is a simple process, anybody can do it. The tools you'll want to have for this install of the battery is some various plastic, I don't know what you call them, plastic body tools or door panel tools. I use those. Those seem to work against the other plastics that you're trying to remove. I use a pick for the clips and for other things. And then you're going to need a couple of wrenches, maybe just one, because the nuts vary on the batteries. So depending on what battery you have, the battery that was in there had 10mm nuts on it. The one that I bought had 8mm nuts. So it just depends, but it's going to be in that ballpark. Once you get your seat lifted up on this scooter, you're going to want to go down inside here. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but you have two push pins right here, 1 and 2, and that's actually holding the back piece of this scooter on. This little back beauty cover. So we're gonna go ahead and take those off, and they're really easy to do. What I've got here is a little pick tool, but you can use a small screwdriver, whatever will work. And we're gonna go ahead and just push the little button on the inside in on these. And they kind of click in when you do it. Okay, so they're both clicked in. Now we're going to want to remove this. So you'll probably want to take a screwdriver or something to pop these out. Well, actually they come out pretty easy. So there's one out. You can kind of see how these things work. They got a little push pin on the top. So when you reload them in, you're going to pull this back, and then you'll just slide that in and push the button in till it's flush. So we'll go ahead and get the other one out, and then I'll show you where to go from here. All right, now that push pin's out, you got this cover here, which is kind of a snug fit, but it should start to slide out. Take your body tool, or your plastics tool, I like to call it, and I usually just kind of slip it in behind this. You can see it's kind of, gosh, trying not to scrape things up, and that's what's nice about these tools. They pop things loose. Let's get over on this other side. See how I've got that separated a little bit, and that there. So that's going to come loose, and this piece should, in theory, slide off. But you know how plastics are. They can be a little challenging at times. So we'll pop this end out and go from there. I won't bore you with the details, but I'm going to set the camera down and get this corner off. Okay, and this is the piece off. You can see the 2 points right here. There's the, let me set this down so you can see. Here's the 2 points right here that those pins go in to engage that piece. These are little clips that just kind of reference clips to hold that in. Now you can see we've exposed the battery. You can see where it is right here. And that kind of just sits back there, and it's not the hardest thing to get to, but not the easiest thing to get to. So what we're going to want to do now is we're going to want to disconnect this battery and pull it out and get the other one. All right, to remove this battery, we want to get these cables disconnected first. So you're going to need a 10mm wrench for this, and you just want to get these loose. They're kind of hard to get into, but nothing crazy. Nothing that you can't do with basic tools. So we're going to get these loosened up and take this off. And then you also have a strap here holding this battery in. And if you can see, kind of just push down on that, and that clip comes loose. And it's a rubber strap that holds that battery in place. So we're gonna go ahead and get those bolts off, and then I'll show you how that rocks. Now that we got those wires disconnected, we're just gonna rock this battery out. And it might wanna give us a little trouble because it's been in there for a while. On this bike, this battery's been in here for a hot second. So there's things that are holding it in there. So we just gotta rock it on out. It's gonna wanna fight you a little bit, but if you just kind of keep working with it, you don't have to worry about it spilling because it is a gel battery. So we'll go ahead and get this out. It's ready to come now. It's hard to do while holding the camera, of course. But here she comes. And out comes the battery. So now we'll replace this with the new one. All right, now we got the new battery here. Screws and all. This is actually an AGM battery, which means advanced glass mat. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this in the scooter. When you're hooking this back up, you're gonna wanna hook the positive up first and then the negative. And when you're disconnecting a battery, you always wanna disconnect the negative and then go to the positive. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Like I said, it's kind of a tight fit, but it should rock right in here. And I can't do it holding the camera, so I'll set another camera up and show you kind of how I do this, but you got to get everything moved out of the way. So we'll go to that now. Okay, so I've got the two clips staged with the pin out, and that just goes back in this hole right here. And this kind of is the main thing that holds that back section on. Then you just push it in with your finger. You should hear an audible click. And this thing is what I like to say is done, baby. Same thing, we want an audible click on that. And that's how it should look when you're done. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications, and just remember, I'm just a man in a cave causing mayhem. Thanks again for watching.